What is up, team? Welcome back, everybody. Please let me know that you can hear me in the chat. What is up? What is up? What is up? Alex, yeah, I'm trying to. I genuinely am trying to. I'm gonna see if I can, actually make this on, let's see, on non-class days. I'm gonna see if I can get on, like, hopefully even maybe pull off an 8:20 or 8:30 and maybe even 8:15 at the end of it. But it would be super sweet to get it around those times, right? Roy, right? Yeah, I know that you got work and everybody's like, trust me when I say that I realized that for a while I was coming on in like the gooch of the time of everybody. It's like, I can't do it there as sort of it. I'm gonna have to be like sacrificing my day of work and I'm gonna be in a bad mood and a zombie all day tomorrow, bro, but I love you, so I'll be there. What a good day indeed. All right, guys, let me go ahead and approach the bench now and say hello the proper way. What is up, JM? Good to see you over there as well. What is up, Luck? Good to see you there too. Thank you guys for watching, and curious to see. Oh, so right, guys. So I guess for some reason, right, we're gonna be streaming live today onto YouTube, like actual live. So all good. I haven't actually done this in a long time, so didn't really mean to do that. What's up, YouTube? Good to see y'all there, man. Thank you for coming on by. It's going good. It's going good. No wonder that it was, I felt it a little different. I don't understand how that happened there, right? Because this is typically the, I mean, whatever, right? Whatever, but I'm doing good. Thank you for coming on by. I know that maybe this is the kick in the ass to like, hey, don't do it so much on Discord, right? Maybe include us a little bit here into, into YouTube, right? But yeah, right now, guys, we also have a few members inside of the Discord trading team. This is typically the market prep, right? So Jason T is saying, so are we in the start of a bull run for crypto? If so, how long do they normally last? Well, let's see. You should do more of these because you kick ass, bro. JM, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for that, man. But yeah, I damn it, man. I didn't even like... Yeah, now I have to run a little bit of a different thing. Let me go into my let me go into my YouTube here and announce that I am like super actually like publicly live, like like everyone can actually see me live. So let me go into that and just blurt it out, right? Like, hey, what's up with it? I'm here. Come through. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Yeah, I definitely am public. Holy crap. Good times indeed. Why, dude, I'm already feeling like this heat inside of me. I didn't even have the intro or anything, bro. That doesn't usually happen like that, man. Never happens like that. But here we go. Trump, a Thursday night. I'm gonna just say market prep. Dude, it's just what we called it today, right? The Trump Thursday night. Let's see, market prep. Let's shout it out to everybody. Screw it. We're coming on live, everybody. All right, so here we go. And it is officially live. So now, yeah. Let me switch, guys. I didn't have plan for this, right? So let me switch some of my screens back to the live setup, because without that, I'm gonna be lost as all heck, and I'm not gonna know what the heck to say, but. All good. We are here. What's up, Evo? Good to see you there as well. So if you guys hear me say some random names, that's because I'm calling out some people in the Discord membership, right, guys? So that's also that. That is also that. All right. So yeah, let me almost there. I just got to make sure that this setup is completely good. Like I said, I felt a little naked doing this thing without the intros, but all good in the hood, man. Welcome back, everybody. Super excited to be officially skin ass, bald ass live right now, right? But all good in the hood. So we're gonna go over a few tickers, right, guys? You guys have been seeing that I've been going over the you know, the XRP ticker here, guys, I really do mean that there could be some type of a pullback here from this top side. Okay, guys, just to kind of re-elaborate here what we talked about earlier, we'll look at BTC as well. We'll look at traditional risk-on assets. We need to look at equities, right? We need to see a bunch of things because I'm not sure if we could be in the... well, as far as crypto is concerned, I believe that we did get some macro closes being the 1 day, 2 day, and 4 day time frame, which naturally would give us some type of a pullback, right? So that'll introduce the pullback, but whatever, it's all good. That's why we're here. That's why we're trying to evaluate these things. And yeah, so peace, love, and happiness saying it was hot in Rancho Vista today. It was absolutely hot out here, man. I think what was it like over 90 degrees at one point. I know that we can get hotter than that, of course, but dude, it was terrible, man. So TT is saying hi from all 25 of us. So usually speaking, guys, I'm not kidding, right? These market preps are usually done in Discord alone, and I haven't done a YouTube public one in a long ass time, but it's already up to over 30 people now. That makes me feel even more nervous that it's growing. I didn't even prepare this, right? I didn't even come in on time. I'm like, bro, geez, but it is what it is. And what I was just going to say here over the XRP asset, guys, real quick, is that there could be a pullback, but I am going to also say that the pullback target that I spoke about is still relevant, okay? In the video that I released just a little bit ago, Spiritual, you're finally home. Well, good to see you here. What's up, DJ? Oh, man, you just shared the link on X. Oh, man, here it comes, right? We got the people coming in today, man. Welcome back, everybody. Super, super excited to be streaming as public and as bare as it is right now, man. So I'm happy that I actually got the haircut, right? Now we're okay. But all good in the hood, man. Thank you guys so much for sharing the love. Thank you for everything, man. Alex saying you are worth the lack of sleep. So are we in the start of a crypto run is one of the questions that I am getting right now. Guys, I'm going to answer that in this fashion. We are not done with a crypto run because we've had one, right? We've been in one. We've had so far some pullbacks. We've had some retraces here and there due to, macroeconomic conditions, all kinds of releases, all kinds of whatever, right? But that's all part of the ebbs and flows of the market in general. Okay, guys. So if that's the case, then, we are to face more ebbs and flows even still. But we did get the news, guys, if, for those of you who are curious, I don't think I have the links up anymore, but yeah, we did get the news that the settlement is officially over, guys, and there is an actual link that I provided in the video that I put up for XRP earlier. So that is definitely under the SEC, and the link is live. So go ahead and click on that. So DJ, I'm looking fresh. All right, man. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you, my brother. It is definitely 9 p.m. in my side of the world here, but top of the morning. Good, sir. Well said, sir. But yeah, guys, so I'm going to just reevaluate here. I'm just telling you, I'm confirming that, yes, I am seeing a potential pullback in this and likely to happen soon. And I pointed at those targets a little bit earlier, right? So these are the ones that I'm seeing here. Should there be any deeper targets, I will try to, keep you guys in mind in order for us to evaluate that. Okay, so guys, I know that this one's a little bit of a bear chart, but we were suggesting potential entries on BTC from down here, 94,004 to 96,002. I think for the better part of about 2 weeks, or I'm sorry, for the better part of about 2 or 3 days, right? So that actually did make a huge difference. And now, guys, we officially reached 104,174 on BTC spot price action, which is just outstanding. DJ, it's 4:57 in the morning. Bro, dude, you are die hard. You are die hard, my good sir. All right, so we have also Florida up in here, and it's midnight in Florida. Damn, guys, jeez. I know, I don't usually put the streams up at this time because I know that it's late in the East Coast, right? But all good. Oh, man, I didn't even know that I would have an audience at this time at all, man. But good to see that you guys would be so kind to join and say what's up, right? But All good, guys. Now, here's the other thing I mentioned, guys. The resistance of 99,004 to just about 101.3 or 101.5 on BTC would be an area that we need to clear with some daily time frame closures. Okay, so see this prior day that just closed at 103,269. That is absolutely a signal for a potential continuation, guys. Of course, we're gonna have to do a retrace here because of that macro close. All good, no problem. Right, Edwin saying, hey, hay que levantarse temprano con el compa Arca. That's right, man. Sometimes you guys got to wake up, but all good. Cheers from Phoenix says, hey, man, thank you so much for coming in all over the world like that, guys. I love you all so much. But let's continue on the analysis and see what's up, right, guys? Yeah, so I mentioned the probabilities of continuation. Should we start getting daily closures as symptoms above the 101,000, specifically 5,600, right? So around there, 101,005, so around there, right? Chad Vivian, what's up, buddy? I love you so much, dude. Thank you so much for suggesting that. Yeah, guys, I haven't actually said that. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, right? Subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here, guys, and try to move along as fast as we can. So BTC, again, right, guys, we have a daily closure. It looks like we did get a buy daily closure as well. And we also got a 4-day closure too. Those give us probabilities for potential retraces, right? It's Mark Roach. Mark Roach, that's you, bro? Jeez, Lord, man. You have peace, love, and happiness now. I don't see Mark Roach. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming on by, like always, man. You're always so awesome. But yeah, guys. So I think that should we have here's the thing, guys. When we close a bar like this, there is a 60 to 70% chance that we can get a 30 to 50% prior bar pullback, right? So should it be 50% of that gigantic 4-day bar? Well, we're going to have to do some magic here to find out what can invalidate that potential, right? Because we're looking at a retrace that could be, I mean, oh, dude. Luck, what is up? You're super excited? Thanks so much. I love you guys. The Crypto Tea Party, what is up, man? Yes. I don't know if you guys saw, right, the video that I posted up on XRP. Heads up, there's a pullback coming in. Okay, definitely don't go long right now, guys. Don't bet anything on that upside just yet. Wait for the pullback. Let price come to you, right? So JM saying, my girlfriend says I have a man crush. I think she's just jealous. Oh man, that is good times indeed. Mark Roach, I love you, buddy. I love you, man. You're at work also, guys. You guys are for real diehard. I appreciate you so much. Damn, dude. So DJ, explain to me what you see there. But yeah, this 50%, guys, on a 4-day time frame would be gigantic. I'm not sure if that's going to be the overall probability here, but should we look at these in, a higher time frame, maybe weekly bar? Some things, they start to. Okay, number one retrace is this right here. Okay, right at the area of 101,200. Okay, this area here is one to prevent downside from continuing. Okay, but there are still massively confluent areas beyond this, okay? And it is a bit of a smaller range, but I do have to draw it in there for you. Should it be that we continue down sideways? Remember, I know that, BTC is responsible for everything in crypto. We're going to go ahead and take a look at risk on assets traditionally here, of course, but here is the bottom side support that I think could be happening for the BTC asset, okay, guys? And I'm talking about spot price action. Of course, I'm not looking at the crypto, the BTC futures, right? So that's, there could be some gaps over there that we can observe there too. Again, guys, I was not prepared for coming on officially live like this, right? So this is actually, it has me hot. It has me completely hot. I did not mean to press public because usually the trading team and I are meeting at this time and you can actually see them right now, right here, right, guys? So this is the private trading team and we are observing right? We're observing the markets together now officially with YouTube Live. Well, welcome everybody. It may be just a push, you know, a fire under my ass to come on live anyway. So, all good in the hood. Anyway, guys, so yeah, BTC here set to pull back maybe between these areas here, okay? There's one zone at that 101, at the 101,200, and then potentially literally the same areas that we talked about for support before, guys. This is the breakout zone. So if we can get some type of support here, guys, that's not the end of the world. It just means that we got a 4-day closure. We also got a 2-day closure, right? Your bi-daily time frame is also closing. And guess what? This area at 99,900 is right at the 50% of that bar. And we also got a daily closure. And guess what? That 99,900 is right at the 50% of that bar as well. So confluence is not lacking here, right? So we definitely have some rhyming targets all over the place. A tomar café, right? We're gonna get some cafecito right here. Get excited. But no, typically speaking, guys, when I am streaming live onto YouTube like this public, I usually am pretty excited. I'm happy that we have people here, man. I haven't done it in a long time, and it's just because out of anxiety, right? Out of nervousness. But that's why I'm saying that this could be a nice little kick in the ass for you to do it, right? Get into the lives again, brother. Right, but but all good, man. A lot of people haven't seen me in a long time and haven't checked out even the videos, right, since the live situation, because what I used to do here is cover, you know, it used to just be this whole thing to where people would come in and request their tickers, and I would cover anywhere between 14 to maybe 18 or 19 tickers nightly for a long time, right, guys? So that kind of wears on a boy a little bit after observing thousands of charts, right? So all good, but I am very excited over this anyway, guys. So now you have the targets here for this for BTC, as I do think it has a higher likelihood. Okay, guys. So another thing is that when you join the trading team, these are like screenshots and all kinds of things are provided for the team as well. Not shilling. You guys don't have to do that, of course. I'm gonna see if I can introduce this, you know, maybe twice, maybe even 3 times a week. Who knows? But we will see what's up. Guys, thank you so much for your love. And I see you guys increasing in the room in there. So very, very, very interesting times right now indeed. So let's take a look at just your USDT dominance here, guys. This is going to be the dominance chart, which is completely inverse to your BTC asset. Okay, guys, so should it be that we have some inversion plays? Well, that would absolutely be introduced in this chart here. You can see the oppositions completely, right? So why does that do that? I'm keeping an eye on this because that's usually when people start to fill up their USDT. Remember that you can get, this is just one way. You can buy USDT, which is the tether, right? It's tied to the dollar, right? It's tethered to the dollar, pegged. So that means that you can buy USDT, right? $1 worth, say for example, and then you could actually go into your broker, crypto broker, and buy an asset like XRP or whatever with that $1. So that's how you would do it in case you don't want to do it in cash. That's just another way. It's called a stable coin, right? So should it be that, then that means that whenever there is a major downside into crypto, that means that many people would start recollecting or actually bringing back their USDT. So risk off, and also people winning too. So they would win their USDT, thus inflate the USDT asset, right? And then crypto deflates. So this is how you can tell inversely when there is strength in the market, okay, guys? So you can use that USDT against your spot price action or even the futures BTC. But, you know, typically speaking, this is going to be completely correlated and tied to the BTC asset, okay, inversely. Good stuff. So now you're noticing here that from the immediate short-term time frame, you're noticing that we have some type of a bounce from this critical area back here. So should it be the same on BTC? Sure. We have areas here that we're completely rejecting at this point, right? Of course, they're different because we're inversed, right? We're inverse, remember. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Should we have further upside on USDT? Yeah, definitely. All you have to do is look left. Absolutely right here. There's another one there. 4.78%. We're at 4.74%, right? And should we have more downside on BTC? Well, I would say certainly so. Now, the next pivot downward would be, you know, right about this area here, right? We can draw a huge line there and suggest this to be some type of a support, right? Because that's where you have the most confluence, you know, retracing. So is it actually that bottom side? Well, let's take a look at the other chart because we're suggesting here 99,009. But what did we say with our discretion in the prior chart? Well, check it out. 99,009 to 99,463. And we were just using that using the 50% of your daily range and your buy daily and the confluence of the 4-day. So now I am showing you that you can actually find that confluence through 2 different strategies, right? Pretty damn cool. Anyway, so yeah, if I'm catching upside on the tether dominance here, particular upside here to 4 spots, 7, 8%, then yeah, I'm certainly searching for the downside on BTC down to the areas of sub 100,000. Now, don't get me wrong, that does it is a pretty big downside, right? So it can kind of be volatile there, but it's still very bullish in the larger, more macro time. I am suggesting here that there could be continuation for the upside. Okay, later, but just later. Let's give it a few days here. It needs a little bit of a breather, and then everything would be good. Okay, let's move on, guys, to equities. I want to know what's going on with equities right now because this also is a tell for the markets in even crypto, right? We need everything. We need to know everything here because if we don't, then we're going to be caught with our pants down, and that's not the best thing for us to do. Okay, so S&P 500 E-mini futures contracts are currently up right now. They're up by they're up by 3/4 of a point as we speak. Is it actually that? Oh my goodness, we ended up closing the bar on the day at about 56.85. So yeah, guys, we're just about 5 3/4 points up on the S&P 500 futures E-mini contracts, right, guys? So that's okay. I wonder if that's going to convert this into a support, maybe continuation to the upside. Do we have it on volatility and momentum? Well, we kind of do, right? 15-minute time frame, definitely with an upside pivot here. We're contracting, so that's not that much strength on the trend for an upside, but should we catch it from a more immediate? Well, sort of, right? If we observe volatility, sorry guys, I'm on, let's see the ES here, right? Should we observe volatility here? Well, that looks like we're starting to get some volatility expansion here, right? We're starting to move up, and should we cross above that moving average? Well, that's going to be your early volatility indication that we could be seeing an upside move, right, on the ES. So that means that the overall markets could be introducing here a retrace into market open tomorrow. Do we have a gap down or do we have a gap up? Well, that's going to be entirely up to the markets. And I think, honestly, that we may actually see some type of gap up. But the probabilities of retracing back to the closing valuation of the prior day is pretty big as well. Okay, guys, and also remember that we are observing here some larger time frame closures, of which we're going to go over right now. But futures contracts are currently up by, ever so slightly here, but we do have upside in the 15, 20, let's see, 30-minute time frame still catering an upside. Hourly time frame still caters that upside with, by the way, that's a little dangerous there. We're not showing so much interest on that upside there. 2-hour time frame suggesting upside and also showing lack of interest for the upside. Okay, where is it? So we have one more upside here, and this is the true downside. 4 hours of upside is what we have. Let's see. So that's about 41 points up from the opening of about 56.85. So yeah, that would put us right at about 57.10. I think should it be 57.10 or 57.05? Well, this would be the resistance here for the immediate short. Heads up on futures contracts. Very likely for us to resist at this point here, and then we could experience a pullback. Remember that this is a 4-hour range, so it can, it can be 2 candles of this. So it could be 8 hours later. So watch out with that as well. This is the S&P 500. Okay, guys. Now, do we have further downside? Do the markets suggest downside later? Well, we have downside starting on the 4-hour. 6-hour time frame is expanding. So we are actually accelerating towards the downside on the 6-hour time of the ES. Let's see. Oh, this is still kind of catering that downside, suggesting 12-hour time frame would be that much downside to look forward to. Okay, guys. So should we have? Okay, well, this thing opened up just about 6 hours ago, so all good. So should we have 12 hours of downside from the opening of the bar, which is 56.88.5? Well, that would put us. Man, that would put us at 56.07, and we haven't actually reached that just yet. So, guys, that's one. It depends on how this bar closes, but this is already this is already a pretty clear indication of retrace, okay? We are at a resistance right now. We could still move up a little bit. I would say 5706. Well, I just said that, right? And then actually a pullback. Right? Why? Because that's consistent to the 50% range of this bar. We just used that 50% retrace on the other strategy. So all good. Now, well, so we do have a downside that can be faced via a 12 hour. So that means your daily time frame would also maybe show that. Oh, man. Okay. So the ES, damn, guys, we have a bi-daily closure. Yeah, that's further downside. I think the ES could actually drop down to about 56.51 and a quarter by tomorrow. Wow, that's actually a kind of a drop. 3-day time frame also opened on this. The 3-day time already did its 50%, so that's nice. Let's see the 4-day. We got a 4-day closure. Oh, my goodness. Yep. So this is suggesting the upside here, guys. This is a peekaboo, right? This is your peekaboo up here, right around again, right in between that 5709 and 5705, 5706. 50% retrace on this 4-day bar can lead. I mean, I can see this confluent area here. There's one right at around this zone of around this. The proximity is too close though. 56.78 to just about 56.88, 68. Sorry, that's not, that's likely not going to do it. The higher likelihood is actually down here. Yeah, guys, I think we're going down to, again, I am catching that signal. It feels like we're going down to 56.40 to just about, let me see. Man, that's indicating downside for tomorrow, guys. So 56.40 to just about, 56.23. Solid numbers on that, guys. So yeah, just a little bit of volatility to be introduced tomorrow. We don't have actually any, you're copying MSTR puts. Nice. We don't actually have any catalyst tomorrow, do we? We already got the, President Trump already spoke to the UK and, wait. Didn't we have another meeting tomorrow? Wasn't there another meeting for the, he's not meeting other countries tomorrow, is he? I think, wasn't that all the way to like Saturday or Sunday for India and China, or was it, or did we have a middle one between those two? I have no clue, but if you do have that, let's see, chat saying he's got some super big news. Okay, that's another thing that I want to talk about. Was that today? Because was that UK? Was that the UK? Because he did release that. So is it actually that he meant that it was? He said yesterday that it was going to be for today. No, I thought it was going to be for Monday, but apparently it was today. Now, Thought Zeus in the Discord is saying China is likely over the weekend, I believe. Okay, so but I don't know what the Earth. Remember, Trump said I have earth-shattering news. What is that? So I heard through the grapevine that it was today. So I thought it was going to be Monday. So that's what I'm under the impression. I'm under the impression that it's going to be on Monday. And I also heard that he said yesterday that it was today. But today was nothing. Yeah, today was nothing. I mean, it really wasn't. So let's see. So JM saying they're meeting with Russia this weekend. Not Russia, China. He is correct. Yeah, China. But what about today? Or I mean, for Eastern time, what about today? Friday. Is there anything there? Let me turn you on. Let me turn on the thing so that they can hear you, buddy. Hold on. And go ahead. You're good to go.
Did you hear what he said? He said it's time to buy stocks in the stock market.
Yeah, he did say that.
The market's about to rocket up like a rocket ship.
So I'm not gonna be biased on the short or the long. I'm gonna see this just as is, and I'm gonna see if it's embedded there too. But yeah, he did say that. So that was kind of the last time he said it happened. The last time he said it, the markets went up.
China deal might come this weekend. Yeah.
What if it's, I guess the bad news would be, what if it's a bust, right? What if the China deal doesn't actually happen? Or it becomes.
It will happen.
I'm thinking, dude. Yeah, I guess that would be the bias that I'm actually facing here. That I think it may actually. I mean, why would they? Agree to collaborate or cooperate? Sorry, and then not cooperate. Well, unless Trump just pulls out some funny ass thing on them and just, whatever. But so far, I am catching a potential downside in the ES. This is your S&P 500 E-mini futures contracts, right? They're currently slightly up on the day, right? But I will say that I'm expecting a pullback of around 56.38 in the quarter, or 56.38 to 56.38 flat, right, guys? Sorry, that thing just froze. I'm going to go ahead and get it unfrozen soon. All right, so that is it for ticker symbol ES, right? So how does that convert into, let me see if we can open up the other chart here. Hold on. This one right here, right? Let's do this and see what's up. Okay, guys, so we talked about the IWM yesterday, and this was the play that we put out in the trading team, right? We suggested a potential entry for today's play to be between 198.61 and 197.78 because we were kind of busting out of this channel. Now, that typically means bull, right? So we definitely got that breakout, definitely got that support down here, and absolutely got to the upside that we spoke about. Now, the target was 202.38, and that was it for the IWM play, which means that if we are actually starting to pump here, that means, guys, that there actually could be a play for small caps coming in. So if you do have some small caps, don't be afraid to kind of put them up everywhere, right? And we will see which ones have that higher probability. Although most of the time, the small caps and micro caps could be like gigantic dumpster fire plays, but we could still observe those as well, right? No matter what, it's all good in the hood. So yeah, but the IWM play was an excellently executed play, and we definitely got the upside targets on this, guys. That was a massive play before the sell-off at the end of the day. So ASST is one that I'm getting right now, and that is saying that they invested in Bitcoin, and ASST has been ripping. Now, I will say that I did look at that, right? I think I looked at it just, was it last night? Yeah, I did. Oh, man, don't tell me that, bro. Let's go. Let's see. Okay, so let me look at this in a larger time frame just in case, right? At least the hourly. Right, so I guess I'm going to ask you to remind me, but was this the resistance that I talked about or what? So DJ is saying Zempire. Let's see. Cat and Dogs World. Let's see, have a look later, Arca. Small caps pumping. Yeah, that's exactly what I think too, based on the IWM play. So I think that we're going to start getting some trending moves in even the micro caps. But guys, let me know in the Discord if this is the resistance that I talked about, because I don't think, yeah, I guess so, right? Because we talked about this from pretty much the closing valuation of 357. And I didn't see anything after this. So from 357, I suggested resistance at 867 to $10. Is that true? Nice. Man, we nailed the target again. Good stuff, guys. I love it so much. So, but where does it go from now, right? I mean, let's look at traditional assets now. So we have naturally, right? We have a daily closure on this. Let's take a look at any other closures that we have. Nothing on the buy daily, 3-day time frame close. All right. Nothing on the 4-day, nothing on the 5-day. Okay. So we have, okay. Tomorrow. Oh, damn, guys. That's it. That's the reason why. Equities, that's the pullback. I see it now. Equities are, look at this. Bi-weekly time frame is 15 hours and 37 minutes to close. Weekly time frame, 15 hours, 37 minutes. 5-day time frame, the 4-day time frame, 15 hours, 37 minutes. Guys, we have a gigantic confluence here, right? So a lot of confluence is being introduced to this. Heads up on ASST. Should you have any profits in this? I'm not sure if it's going to continue squeezing despite the fact that the entire market may pull back, but I would maybe consider removing some risk here, or your initial, or something, right? And then catch your your support. But I will say that you are breaking out from critical zones here, and I'm gonna just point out that you may actually get a support grab at or around these areas here, right? 510 to 402. So yeah, I mean that's a huge decline. Heads up on that, okay, guys? Now, KULR is another one that we were told about just here, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that too. So heads up, guys, this is going to be your potential support bottom, and there could be a bounce from here, okay? But what validates the pullback here is going to have to be the fact that we maintain above the area of 520 at least with a daily closure. So that's gonna be the minimum thing. DBMMM is saying the golden crosses happen on DBMM. So if we're looking at a golden cross on DBMM, heads up on where that golden cross is located, what posturing it's in. So should the moving averages be facing upside, then you're good, right? But if they're facing downside, or one of them is facing downside and it's crossing over anyway, that's an invalid cross. And also, how far away is it from price action? So if price action is, way below, and then your cross is way up there, that is a good thing, right? Because we're likely going up to test it. But if your price is way up here and your moving average crossover happened way down here, that is there's a huge likelihood of a downturn on that, and very likely for price action to come back down and test the validity of your golden cross before the upside. That is the most, it happens very, very regularly. That's the only reason I'm saying, okay, guys? So yeah, heads up for ASST. I think that this potentially has some downside coming into here, and it does have resistance again here, okay, guys? So heads up, we might find a consolidation range here before a potential breakout, because on ASST, I'm still seeing massive bullish action here, guys, even into the 8 hour. It's just your immediate short term could be the ones that suggest some pullback. I mean, guys, this is going to be tough. This ASST is so damn bullish. If we're observing, let's just do this. I'll just give you a topside target. What about that? We're getting a weekly time frame close, right? All right, and it's likely going to close with this gigantic expansion phase and this huge upside on stochastic momentum, which is already ridiculous. So should it be that we get that upside continuation on this? Oh my God, dude, let's just say we open up at $5. That means that you have, that can't be accurate. We're going to have to see, what do I have any other closes so far? You see how the 4-day time frame says like 79 cents on average? Moving, right? Look at this. Your weekly time frame is saying 83. So we need the closure, right? Because all this happened. So that's going to move your average true range. What is the 24 hours saying on this? 24 hours giving us 68. Oh man. Yeah, guys, I need to know. I need to know the closures. I need to know what volatility is going to turn into. So we'll be able to just kind of observe as we move. Okay, guys. So just for now, expect a retrace here. I'm thinking 520 to about 401. Okay, guys. It's incredibly important that you do observe that pullback here on ASST. This thing has just been pumping to the upside. Now that we're getting a bi-weekly, weekly close, 4-day time frame, 3-day time frame, and 1 day, I think, or 1, 2, 4 weekly, bi-weekly. That's huge, guys. That's enormous. Yeah, heads up on that. So now I'm down. Let me look at that ticker. It's an OTC ticker, right? DBMM. Is that really what it is? So, and then we are also being told that we have a bit of a golden cross happening here. On what time frame is also the question, right? We're going to need to know that time frame. So far, your daily time frame does have a golden cross, but like I said, noticing that you have one of the moving averages pivoted to the downside, this golden cross is likely invalid. So that means that we may be able to make some moves to the upside, right? And then eventually find some resistance before coming back down and then starting to test other moving averages, because likely here we have some other ones that need to catch up. Where is your EMA 21, right? Your EMA 21 may be kind of an indication before we move up even still. So let me see, where's your display custom EMA? Let me go into the custom EMA section here. Here we are, right? So we're going to do custom EMA 1. as the 21 exponential. Okay, so these are currently sitting above, and we're actually using them as a potential resistance. So that's even worse. Good God. Okay. Oh man. So let's see the 3-day time frame. This is one that we just got a closure on, and the 3-day has an SMA 50 below, which is confluent to this bottom side here, which is the reason that you may actually get a pullback, because you're breaking into structure. Right? So if there is some kind of pullback on price, I'm going to give you a range, but I can't give you, of course, guys, I can't give you any guarantees. But this would be your area of support. Now, remember that this doesn't run according to the broader markets. It doesn't do that. It just doesn't, right? Because this is an OTC. It's decentralized. So just heads up on that, and then, wait for the pullback first. Let's see how it reacts into this area here. Brother, it may be even lower than this too, okay? Now, the reason I can tell you that is because you have this. You have this happening here, right? So this is your ascending channel in price, right? So you can take a measurement of where you're breaking down from, right? So it would probably be here, since we just got that 3-day closure, right? So if we break down from this point here, your bottom side target is leading towards actually pretty damn close to the SMA 50. So this is another way that you can be able to tell what that target could be. Okay, brother? So likelihood is that downside pivot 3-day time frame, by daily time frame, downside pivot as well. Daily time frame starting to correct towards the upside, but that doesn't look like it has that much strength since you are at resistance. It's not above your resistance. That's a little tough. 12-hour time frame, same situation at the resistances here. Let's see, 8-hour time frame, consolidation, a little bit of upside on the 6. Man, consolidation on the 4. I have a feeling, brother, that this is likely going to give you a little bit more of upside here, probably to the zones of about, I would say, I would say 2 zeros and 23. I'm gonna shoot for the skies here, brother, but I think you may get one more chance to exit for now, right? That's gonna be your resistances of about 2 zeros and 23 to 2 zeros and 24 before experiencing resistance there, and then likely bringing price down. You also have a head and shoulders formation here. So, damn. So should that be the case, right? Your neckline is right about here. Got to draw your trend line right from the top of your head all the way down to the neckline here. And should you have continuation to the downside, well, that would give you this bottom side target, which is pretty much confluent to this area here. I mean, or that wick perfectly right there. So who knows, guys? But I will say that this is your traditional, bear flag. You got it, buddy. No problem at all. So hopefully you can have like you're saying, right? Hopefully you can have a fundamental release here that can get this thing to push. But so hopefully that can play out for you, okay, buddy? But heads up on that. This feels like it's gonna have a downside here pretty soon. So HIMS, this is a ticker that has been rallying on that upside for days. Now, I gotta say, guys, I mean, if you were to have picked up risk down here at $25, this has reached literally $55. This is ridiculous. This is so much upside here. It's even scary to observe. So that kind of upside, guys, on a weekly time frame or a bi-weekly should give you some of that information as far as the pullback. Decompression on this is starting at Euro Open, 1 a.m. Pacific time. That's very likely when you're going to have HIMS start to pull back. If that happens, then you're probably going to start observing the potentials of a retrace that can be pretty dangerous on this, okay? I know that I just pointed out a $30 target, but if I'm going to be completely unbiased and just say it like how it is, because I do, let's observe target number 1. This would be your target number 1, 45.15 to just about 46.43 from a decline of 51.40. Okay. Now, should there be a 50% retrace of your biweekly time? Well, that introduces this potential here, right about this area. You're looking at about a secondary zone of 38.63 to 37.31. And I will tell you this. If price action starts to close like something as minimal as an hourly candle, this is likely to slide down pretty damn easily. Like, pretty damn easily. I'm talking about a slippery slope down here. It'll just slide right on down. And that's going to be not good. Okay, so 50% range on this would be around the 38.04. Okay, guys, so just heads up on that. I'm going to give you these downside targets because just with traditional price, I can already tell that this is way overextended and very likely going to face some type of support grab here soon enough. You know, validations are still kind of needed for even an asset like this, as bullish as it is, right? So all good. But let's validate. Let's just take a look. 10-minute time frame or even 5-minute, right? Here's your 5-minute time frame suggesting a bit of downside. 10-minute time frame, still with a little kink there for downside. Okay, 15-minute time frame worth of downside in the in your Euro Open, which is 48 cents. Are you serious? 48 cents down. Damn it. So that would be 50. I mean, could it be 50.20? I guess that's your local low. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, this thing is starting to bounce here from the local lows, from the inflection zones. Right down here is what I'm observing as your immediate short-term time frame support. Right. So should it be that it starts failing this and yesterday's pre-market low? Yeah, this is likely to then fall into the next target of 46.43. Okay, it feels like that. It really does feel like that. Okay, so now let's look at your 20-minute time frame. Limited upside on this as we're getting a gigantic amount of a contraction. And look at this. Your bar is red, so it hasn't even read, right? I mean, this stochastic momentum or volatility hasn't even read this last bar, and it is a true red outside. No, it's actually just it appears to be even a bearish engulfing, is it? No, just a tweezer top, the red outside bar. So yeah, that would suggest a little bit of continuation as well. 30-minute time frame, that's your limited upside there. Let's see, hourly time frame and bi-hourly is the limit for your upside here. So you're looking at, say for example, if we opened up at 50.70, you're getting about $2.34 to the upside. So that would be your resistance. That would be, that would be roughly at around your your $53 zone. So could that be, again, in the after hours, you may be reaching into this area here. Okay, so should that be the case, and should you have shares, then maybe you can consider some type of risk off situation. I'm going to say that this is your topside resistance. Should it happen intraday? Awesome. But should it happen before that, then damn it, I'm so sorry, right? But all good. I am reading the price action from your pre-market, post-market, and all that good stuff, alongside traditional hours. All right, well, 50.30 to 49.53, and then split right down the middle, 49.90. Okay, so this is the first zone for us to kind of evaluate some type of support. So likely a bounce here. Resistance up on this area here. I guess I'm going to have to just kind of do this for you. Hold up. I will do this here because I know that this can become... I am saying a lot. I am saying a gigantic lot, right? So I'm just going to push these here over here, right, just for now. And just kind of give you the objective or the implied direction. You know what I mean? So should it be that we're facing some kind of corrective phase here, well, then the likelihood of the downside would be first. Downside into this, right? Resistance would likely be at the top of this area here to kind of give you a false breakout or give you the indications of upside continuation since we're approaching that high of the prior day. This could be the bull trap, okay? Double top on price or just slightly below it. Likely a pullback from this area here, right? One more bounce at this area, validate your resistance. Continuation to the downside is likely. I can actually see this thing not fulfill that target all the way down there at first, right? This is gonna be then this is gonna be a bear trap here, right? And then validations would happen before the actual target down here. I can't tell if this is gonna continue to even lower bounds yet, but I say that this is a very strong probability too. Okay, so heads up on all of these bottom side targets because damn, something could be seriously ill with this ticker. And I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think, right? Is it actually going to do it or what? It's just an American equity, right? It is an American ticker. So I think my bias towards it is probably that it does, you know, because we have all those macro closes. So heads up on this, okay? Because this you know, this bottom side here could introduce a gigantic bounce towards that 49, towards that 49.60, and then your gigantic pullback, okay? So lots of zigzags in here, okay? So far, this, you know, this is kind of what I'm observing here. So if I'm going to do anything, right, I'm going to have to go ahead and kind of share it. Damn it. This is, let me see if I can kind of scooch everything like this. Here you go. I'll make a screenshot of this. And everything would be good. All right. Here you go. So I'm going to go ahead and post this just here in the chat. Okay, guys? Mark Roach, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you so much. So yeah, just heads up with this, guys. This is your ticker HIMS. It is looking just a little bit toppy here, right, guys? I feel like we definitely could experience a little bit of a pullback on this to load some you know, some bulls that have been, you know, presently missing in action, right? So as far as GME, this is also, it also has a probability here of a pullback. But I gotta say that even, you know, your 30-minute time frame is showing a really weird bull, like a bull pennant. And if I can be honest, I may actually just invalidate that because it looks like it, but it doesn't mean that it actually is. I believe that this is kind of set like this, right, guys? So this could very well be what we're observing. Now, should it be what we're observing, this means that this is kind of a, you know, a reversal formation. So if this really does meet that type of reversal criteria, well, you know, you have, I would assume here that we would face your more macro upside target, right? Like this one here. GME is notorious for hitting things like that. So should this start breaking down from where we're thinking, this could start breaking down in the, Euro Open. Oh my goodness. Euro Open doesn't seem to be like a gigantic pull. It feels like it's just a valid, oh, I see, right? Yeah, guys, there is, yep. So see price action here, right? You're actually breaking down. I'm gonna draw a couple zones here for you. Take a look at this here, okay? I want you to observe in the price action. I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger as well, just like this. Right? Notice in price action here, the bottom of this red bar and the top of this green bar, right? Those are inflection zones. So those are areas that would have to be broken out of, right, in order for you to continue to the upside. Now, the next thing to observe is that this is very close to a 50% range. So should it be that case, I'm going to get rid of the outliers up there, right, and just kind of face this downside in total and look at where price is. Well, what do you know? Right at the 50% of the box at 2678. So this is a critical moment for GME. GME would have to decide now whether it has enough thrust to break above the 50% and continue, or will it pull back to validate or to pick up more bulls at a lower target. My bet here is that it's going to pull back to grab more interest and then continue to the upside based on the entire market and also its own behavior. We have a bi-weekly close, a weekly close. We have also the, like we said, right? And then the daily, bi-daily, 4-day, all that stuff. So, okay. So do we have that downside coming in? This is by the way, guys, this is a very, very bullish setup here. This does suggest a potential continuation to the upside, and it would suggest a 100% return of your local high, which could be back to 2743. So this is giving me a really interesting feeling too. So should it be that we correct, that would simply be because we're rejecting the 50% to validate this breakout here. This is a zone as well in here. And it just so happens that our triangle is suggesting for us to come back down in here, right? So this entire zone, let me just draw it like this. You have a resistance on that wick. Look at the opening and closing valuations of all these bars. Wick here, all that. So this is what I mean. I think that we're on our way to validate now the breakout from this inflection. We, very likely here, long wicks to the upside, validate your downside, continue on to the upside, right? Not a problem there. I think it's all good. I think it's all good, right, guys? I feel like it's a normal thing. I think it's a normal thing to get this pullback here and then continue, right? It's no problem. Don't fear these things too much, guys, okay? I will say that these are natural ebbs and flows, but should there be reason for the continuation to the upside, well, then that's something else. Because the 4-hour time frame, this was already gigantically bullish. It's just that we're getting these little tiny bars over there that are going to suggest downside, just like the hourly, bi-hourly, right? 30-minute time frame, and then eventually into the 20. But what does the 15-minute say? So some consolidation along the 5, 10, and the 15, suggesting some type of consolidation here, disabling the upside temporarily. Okay, so yeah, that tells me here, the guys, that we have a very short-term amount of time of pullback, and I would say that it's probably worth about 4 hours long. And that's aggressively saying 4 hours long would be introducing a 41 cent on average ATR drop. So that means that if we're sitting and open in the Euro Open roughly at around 26.78, 26.80, right? So that'll drop you to where? Just about 26.40, right? But if it's 26.78 and we have about 40 cents of retrace, that would be actually what? 26.38. There you go. So now we have two forms of validation here, right? We noticed just by math and also by discretion and also by psychology, right? So all good in the hood. That's really what I'm trying to say, guys. Just hold off on the price action here, but it looks like it's going to continue to the upside maybe after. So 8-hour time frame, 6-hour time frame upside biases, 12-hour time frame upside, still upside on the day, and will likely be pivoted more in the upside on the day. Nice. By daily time frame hasn't gotten the close yet, but all good. Let's see the 3-day. The 3-day time frame closed with a hammer. Very nice. Very good indeed. Okay. Your 4-day time frame. Oh man, not yet. Let's see the 5-day. All right. The inside bar, it typically follows by an outside bar. Okay. So I get it. Right. But it is in essence still bullish, right? This red bar here kind of gave this kink. Stochastic momentum and volatility have not seen this candle close yet. It'll see it as soon as intraday happens. This next session coming in. It's probably going to, balance out here a little bit. It's upside, but it's still below the prior bar's opening, right? So I will say, oh, this is not done yet? Wow, shut the hell up. Let me see. Get the hell out of here. Is that true? We have 12 months of upside. What the fuck is that? Hold on. 1646. Shit, on average. Hold on a second. Hold up. What is going on with GME for it to want? Hold on. I'm going to say it right now, and you guys probably hear for the first time here. But, yeah, GME is potentially on track for a $48 target. Before so, it would be a 37. Before so, it would actually be 34.70 to about 37.20. What the freaking hell? Are you serious, dude? What's happening with this? Is someone announcing something or what? AMC pinned to pennies movement for weeks. Guys, I haven't covered GME in a long ass time. You guys already know that. I don't really, this is your first resistance before. Dude, I don't even know how to say it. I don't even know how to, like, is that like for real? Dude, this thing wants to go to like $50. So yeah, damn. I mean, it's the only thing that can invalidate it is like, of course, if this thing just starts rallying towards this upside, then your cool guy comes in and fucks it all up by saying that he's going to just dilute, right, an offering. So that's really the only thing that can actually do it. And I will say this too. This is actually the play that's happening right now is per price action expectation. And it would suggest, actually, this would suggest even beyond $50. This technically can go beyond 65. Here it is. Notice these two bars. This red one and this green one. This is called a true green outside bar because it's completely, green around this red one. And notice how the body on the green one is below the body on the red one. This now is a bullish engulfing. So we have a true green outside bar, bullish engulfing, candle iteration. So this means literally upside. But in order for us to continue first, there typically is, and I just shared with you guys at the beginning of the stream, right? 60 to 70% of the time we'll get a 30 to 50% prior bar retrace. And look what this new year did. It retraced to where? Holy crap. Oh man, and it rejected the 50%, and now it's headed on upwards. So the next thing to observe is that this is one gigantic bull flag. So here's more speculation, and here's where people start to get fucking weird. Okay, it's not my job, and I don't care if this does it or not, but the measured move on a bull flag on this is ridiculous, and I don't even know if it's worth mentioning. It's $1,400. Fucking lax, okay? Relax. That's just typical price action. That's how you measure it. I don't know that it's going to go there. Relax. I don't know that it's going to go there, but I know that this formation is bullish. And now it's actually, the bullish engulfing is 1. The green outside bar, true green outside, is 2. And then a bullish, and then this bull flag is 3. So this is literally I call the guys, I teach my students this because I coined it myself, right? It doesn't exist anywhere in the market because it doesn't. So I identify this as a bullish tri-formation breakout. So this is, in play. Of course it can take forever, of course it can take forever, but I don't know. What if it is that you'll reach that $1,400 target if they, I don't know, some kind of a weird split. So we technically already grabbed it. I don't know. But yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. I am gonna put out to you guys just a couple little things here. We have, guys, when Bitcoin runs like that, right? When crypto is running like that, you got to observe things like Coinbase. Okay, observing things like Coinbase and other types of tier 1 brokers, those are likely to follow suit. So now that we have Webull running, that's another one. Okay, so you have plays like, and I haven't seen Coinbase whatsoever, but I just started thinking of it because of crypto, because of GME. I don't know why I thought about crypto with GME, but whatever. Now you know the thoughts on GME. So if we are getting upside on Coinbase, well, that means that BTC is running, right? Okay, so this is tied in some way to the broader markets, right? It is tied in some way to the broader markets because it's traded in the American exchange, right? All good. And it really has been running for the better part of oh my God, since early April, 138, and now it reached $212. So this is on a rampage with an inverse head and shoulders, ticker symbol coin. So while this is doing this, this would actually give you an idea of how the broader market feels. Now, ticker symbol bull is another one, right? So this is one that I put for no validation, but this was based on a play from, earlier when it IPO'd or whatever. This was just days ago. We observed the probabilities of a breakout right from this triangle, and as soon as it broke out, we were able to see some of the take profits, including $15, right, from an entry point, which we just about got at around $13.13 from the 13.24. So this $13 would likely lead towards a take profit the same day to about $15.41, and we got that nailed. Now, following that would be an introduction to this new high, which would be 1692 to 1781, and now we officially grabbed it, and we're actually sitting right above on that target now, right here. Okay, the upside targets that we're still about to face, we just nailed one of them today, right there. So we're already inching at the topside targets that we were observing here over a week ago. And this, by the way, was actually a play called out by King of Swing Options himself, right? So God bless his soul for bringing in this massive play for the team. So let's see. New bonk shib. Oh my goodness, small caps pamping, and they're not damping right now. That's the more amazing part, man. So that means you know what? That means your dominance on BTC is probably doing his little dance. Bull actually has a 3-hour time frame. Bull flag. No pun intended. And also a freaking huge cup and handle. I hate it, but it's there, right? So this is your this is your cup, right? And this is potentially your handle here. So should it be that that's the handle there, right? Then you got a gigantic target to look forward to. Very similar to Coinbase, right? So should you be looking for an upside target on this? Well, this is introducing the probabilities of going to 22.12, which, by the way, we already pointed out 21.33 on the breakout from something else that we already been measuring and looking at and whatever. Nice. Okay, well, this also has the, I'm gonna be honest with you. This doesn't have the behavior that the broader markets do, right? But it does have the tie to the market. So when we ran a correlation coefficient, and it is running side by side big tech and also the S&P. So should the S&P experience a volatile downside, then I would support bull to pull back here, right? To pull back around that $15 zone. Not even that much, 15.41. So I would support it to come back down there. But I will say this. If the S&P 500 and NASDAQ don't drop with volatility, bull may run on its own because it does not have its own behavior yet. It doesn't have an imprinted historical behavior. So that means it could decouple. Right? It could decouple from the broader markets. So should the markets go down with their own, slight volatility, just dropping as a normal play without any short attacks or whatever, bull may actually run its merry way to the upside. So that's what I'm gonna, that's kind of a way that I'm just gonna say. Right? So but yeah, and also on that ticker coin, my goodness, man, should it be that we're really facing that gigantic head and shoulders or wherever the heck we saw it, inverted head and shoulders, wherever we saw it, right? God bless its soul. Here's the shoulder, right? Should it be that, dude? I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. This thing is so damn ridiculous. It's huge. It's freaking huge. That's probably going to take you to freaking 230, 240 or something. I don't know. It's gigantic. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, yeah, we have a 238 resistance. So, heads up on the broker coins. Oh my goodness. Look at the rate for shorts. Arca. So the rate for shorts right now, 355.23.
That's for bull.
So that's for the bull. Oh my goodness, dude. Okay, yeah, guys, bull. 355%
for a fee. Just to short
dude,
it.
who the heck is gonna pay that? You know what I mean?
I wouldn't pay that.
Why would anyone pay to short that? Are there any short shares available? Or I'm sorry,
They've been out of short shares for the past 4 days now.
Well, dude, the more pressure you apply on that upside, the more GME it looks like. It feels like that thing is seriously going to try to grab its. I would say, so in realistic upsides, I can say honestly, $35-$40. You know what I mean? And it's already making a pretty impressive run since. I mean, guys, this is ridiculous. I mean, for real. We're talking about entries at $13, guys. $13 to just about $20 is ridiculous, man. That's literally the first AMC run. Short by about a couple points here, but that's the January 2021 run for AMC already. It was like 15 to 25. It's relevant. This is getting that, guys. This has no available shares to short. You have a gigantic open short interest, and it's riding. This may go higher, like way higher. I don't know, but be careful, guys. I do have targets here, consistent to a 21.39 to about a 22.12, right? And should we look at mathematical upsides? I can't because we don't have enough data, guys. So this would be just part of the behavior. Right now, what could be happening is actually, this is, let me put it here like this. This is quite literally your V-shaped recovery. That's freaking huge, man. That's disgustingly huge. I don't know, guys. I don't know. That's freaking amazing. I like it. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't. I love it so much. I hope that the team can benefit from this, but yeah, I think that this is this, dude, where's this built under? Let me see. This is the NASDAQ. Okay. Damn, straight to the point here. Let's go. Yeah, guys, I don't think that this is gonna, like I said, right, there's only the probabilities of like the, I have to just, I have to point out some obvious things like these, right? Like you can kind of see that we're on like rising wedge or something. I know that it's a mess here with all the drawings, but it has a little bit of a rising wedge. That doesn't mean that it's going to fail and come down to the areas of literally $15 or even less, but that's not it. I think that even with a rising wedge here, that could just be an indication of a rare breakout. So then the rising wedge actually is confluent to more of a $25 target than anything. So yeah, I think that this could be your resistance, right? Pull back to the regression and the area that we were speaking of on 1694, then continue on a bull flag. So who knows if that's it? This is your bull flag here. So let's see, guys. I think, I think bull is looking incredible, and there could actually be validation for continuation on that upside. Okay, guys. So I will say this, team. Let's go ahead and close up shop for now, team. I'm getting a little bit tired here. It is time for us to quit it. But I love you all very much. If there's anything I can do, please let me know, guys. I still have a couple seats left for the ArcMastersCourse $100 8-week mentorship. So should you want to join that, just hit me, arcabulls@gmail.com, right? And I'll give you the link and everything. I'll try to situate you in there, guys. I gave a shout out for 5 more seats, right, on that last XRP video. But should you guys want to still join in with the master students for that 8-week mentorship live with me, then go ahead and do so, team. Hit me up at arcabulls@gmail and everything would be good. But so I think that I have to, I'm going to get to the trading team first, before I actually quit the day. But I will exit here the way I typically do, I guess. Damn. Well, thank you very much. Guys, send me your requests and I will try to be here live again. Okay, guys, I'm sorry I'm running out of time here. This is just, I would have done it earlier. Okay, it's just, man. Join the trading team. Come into Discord. Ask me for these things. I usually cover them, okay? Whatever you need. Come on by. I love you guys. We'll talk very soon, okay? Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever, ever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well a very, very good rest of your night and or day. And I will catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios, team. Oh, yeah.